Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of You Talks. On today's show, I will be talking about our nation, Nigeria. My last video, which I did on Independence Day, was just encouraging us as citizens of Nigeria and also well-wishers of Nigeria not to lose hope, to keep on looking at the positive side of things and hoping for a better future. And since the first, a lot has happened that I think has really shaped the minds of many well-wishers of the country, many youths in Nigeria. A lot has happened, right? The EndSARS protests, which went on for like 2 weeks, almost 2 weeks. And that's very unfortunate events that happened on the 20th of October was really like a turning point for a lot of us. Many of us that followed the protests and even what happened on the 20th of October 2020, and we have now realized that we just have ourselves, okay, in this country. We're not looking for anybody else to come and help us build our country. Okay, this is our nation, and nobody else can feel what we feel for our nation as patriotic citizens. So in the light of this, I want to give out like a few nuggets on how we can just keep pushing for a better Nigeria, keep pushing for a better country for ourselves, for our children, and even for our parents that have put in so much work to make us what we are today. So I'll be talking about peace. But then in talking about peace, I coined an acronym with the word peace. Just 5 different words or 5 different things that we can do to promote peace in our country. Why am I talking about peace? Because now more than ever, we need peace in this nation. We need lesser conflicts. We need more of harmony, more of serenity, more of love, and just progress. We need more of unity. We do not need more bloodshed, right? Or people dying from starvation or hunger or carelessness. So I'll be talking about peace, and each letter of the word peace, I kind of came up with a phrase. So the first letter P, I'm going to say promote, right? So in every little way you can, try to promote the nation. What I mean is that stop saying things that will not promote your nation. Okay, for example, now maybe there's an artist that we want to promote. You know how we all pump up that artist and say good stuff, right? And even if someone wants to bring up a negative thing about the artist, right, we just kill it immediately. That is the kind of mindset we need to start having about our country, Nigeria. We need to start really promoting Nigeria, because trust me, all we've been through in the last 1 month, many countries wouldn't have survived. Many countries wouldn't still be standing. But look at us, like I said, resilient as we are, tough skin, thick skin, right? It's like, okay, this challenge came, but we deafened our ears to the gunshots, to all the negative things that were thrown at us. We thickened our skin, right? Meaning that, okay, whatever oppression comes, we must surmount it. So you must try to promote your country. Say good things. Where are you from? What are the good things about your state, your village, your space? What are the good things? Even in your family, there are some really good things you can even try to promote and all that. So instead of talking down your country, promote your country instead. The next word, E, will be engage. It is now our turn to invest in this country. Remember, our parents invested in us, like we youths. It taking us to school, taking us to church, mosques, introducing us to good things so that we grow up having good morals and all that. Now we are here. It is our turn now as youths to invest in the nation. Okay? And you know that what you don't invest in, you won't expect to like benefit from it. So this is a period of investing in this nation. What can you do to make this nation great? Now, when you're talking about investing, the first thing that comes to your mind will be sacrifice, right? What can I give? What can I give to make my country a better place? What will my own contribution be to this country? You know, when you're talking about investing, you don't necessarily look at gains yet, because it will take you a while. And that's why, like, I urge you all, use your gifts, use your talents, use your prayers and everything you can do to invest in this country. You can also engage, like I said, okay, you can engage by joining any governing body. You can join politics, right? Depending on what you've been created to do by God. I like to pray. I pray a lot. So I pray a lot for my country. That is one of the most important ways I know that I can engage myself in the nation. Like on the 20th, when DJ Sweet's account IG was live, I was on there, and at some point I was just like, I can't just sit down and keep panicking. I had to get up and start praying with this phone in my hand. And I couldn't pray loud, but I had to pray deep because I was in a friend's house. She just lost her mom. So I was actually there to kind of like comfort her and all that. But this was also happening to the country. So it was like, I just had to gather courage and everything to pray. And I never knew I could pray that long, for that long hour. For my country, I can pray for myself, for my family, but for my country, I was praying from like when the account went live till like 3 in the morning, just praying, So there are so many things you can actually do when you really get to that point that you can't do any other thing. You will even discover that there are so many things inside of you that if you engage, you'll be able to make this country a better place. The next word in the letter piece is A, and that is for activating your hidden potentials, activating network channels, activating the leaders of tomorrow. Yes, so you have to activate your hidden potentials. You need to come out of your shell. You need to come out of seclusion. You need to like join networks, join groups, join progressive groups, right? You need to know what is actually happening. Okay, this country, what is it made up of? What makes this country running? What are the different sectors of this nation? Do we even know our constitution? Do you know the constitution? Do you know the people in charge of the politicians in charge of your constituency? Do you know them? Do you know what they are supposed to be doing for you? And how can you help them to achieve what they're supposed to be doing? Do you know some of these politicians might think they are helping, but the help really doesn't land where it's supposed to land? For example, they might roll out contracts, but it's one thing to roll out a contract, it's another thing for the contract to be executed the way it was supposed to be. So some of these people in charge of your constituents, they really don't know. They don't know what they're supposed to be doing. You can list out a problem, get a panel, get a team, list of problems in your area. We need X amount kilometers of road or water, or X amount of children are out of school, or X amount of mothers die, pregnant women die prematurely, or we lose X amount of under 5 children to poor health services, starvation and all that. We need to know what the problems are. So instead of complaining and murmuring, turn it into a solution kind of situation where you list out the problems and you are sure to be talking to the right people. You're sure to be talking to the right people. So that's it for activating. The next letter is C, and for C, I chose the word create. Create opportunities for growth. Create opportunities for yourself to grow, and when you've grown and you're strong, create opportunities for others to grow. How do you create opportunities? What are the problems? What's the vacuum? What's the gap? What's the void? What can I do to make my space better for myself and then for other people? Right? What can I create? You don't necessarily, it's not like creating, like, you don't have to be like tech savvy and all that. Of course, at some point you might have to adopt technologies, but in your little way, what idea can I bring in that will prefer a solution to my problem? Yeah, so you create opportunities for growth, create opportunities for yourself. UD Talks is a creativity that was vetted during this lockdown. I just sat down and I saw a lot of my peers, just sending information about the coronavirus and so many false information. And I'm like, my God, these people, I just realized that a lot of you don't know about public health. Okay, so I decided to create this platform to be able to educate people on public health issues, right? So it wasn't there before. I'm not even an outspoken person, but I just felt like being on my own and keeping all my knowledge to myself wouldn't really help. So this is my own creativity, right? So what's your own? What's your solution? What is it that you complain about? Turn it into a into something that you can create opportunities for growth. And of course, the last letter E will be to educate. Education is power. Knowledge is power. You gain knowledge by education. What are your platforms? Whatever it is, use it to educate people about what you know. Right? That's why it's important that you are in the right space, talking to the right people, so that you know what there is to be taught, what there is to educate. Many of us went, we are different disciplines. There's a lot we can teach others, but we're not even online. And there's no way you can't not be online in 2020, right? November 2020. Get online, educate people through your online space, your social media handles, right? Give out who will stumble on your page. Yeah, so I educate people on public health issues, right? Issues that affect the country, issues that affect communities, issues that affect individuals, right? Issues that affect families. That's what I do. What would you educate yourself? And you can't say nothing, because you have something that the world needs. Every one of us does. Yeah, so those acronyms: promote, engage, activate, create, and educate, all form the word peace. And I said peace is the absence of conflict or strife. And then it's rather a presence of harmony, security, and serenity. So I'm calling on all of us to try to foster peace in our country. If your country is not Nigeria, try to foster peace in the country you come from. But for me, I'll promote peace in Nigeria. I'll promote peace in my community, in my space, in my family, and of course in myself. I believe in Nigeria, and I know that Nigeria is about to be the best country in the whole world. Thank you so much for listening.